Hi, my name is Zainab Al-Haki, and in this video I'm going to give a brief about B2evolution blog. Then I will show you how to implement B2evolution. After that, I will talk about its feature, and then we will move to the failover of all the layers of B2evolution blog. And finally, I will show you how to configure DAG in Exchange 2016. At the first, we want to know what is B2evolution blog and what's its purpose. Its purpose could be a promotion of a product or services, or it could be an information sharing about any subject or plans in a company. Here is a list of software and hardware requirements for the B2evolution blog. This is a simple design for B2evolution blog. Now let's start with the implementation phase. At the first, you have to install web server IIS and CGI, and it's working. Then install PHP 7 and do the configuration, and here it is working. After that, I have to install the MySQL database. And here it is. Now let's talk about the demonstration of B2evolution blog. As a basic feature for B2evolution blog is you can create blog and post as much as you can. And now let's start to create a blog. Go to back office, a new collection, choose whatever you want, blog, gallery, forum. I will choose the main one, and you can choose the theme, and it's recommended to use this one, which is mobile friendly, and by default it will be this one. Give it a title, short name, which will be shown in the back. Also the file name of the URL, which is the file that all the data will be stored on. And here you can manage the permission, single permission everyone can access, and permission the admin can specify who can access the blog. Click save change. Refresh it. As you can see, a new collection is created, and here it is. You can duplicate this collection, you can view it, and you can manage and edit in it. Another thing is that the post. You can create posts in this blog, and here you can write, and you have many of these options. Also, you can include attachment pictures, either is to drag drop or choose it. Then you can say publish, and the post has been created. Another feature that is more advanced, which is to install a new themes, and you can download the themes from here. The Bootstrap, the one that I installed it, and the block has been changed, and this is the new theme. Now let's start the network load balancing for web server IIS and test how it's working. I'm going to use 5 virtual machine domain controller and 2 nodes and 2 clients. Going to server A, from the tools click on DNS, add a new host for the adatom.com, give it the IP address and the name, add host, and it's successful as you can see here. Then going to server Z node 1, install network load balancing features, and do the same for Z2. Back to server Z, and going to network load balancing manager from the tools, click a new cluster, add the server Z IP address and click connect. Click next, it's added here, and write the IP address of the cluster 10.0.0.200 and subnet mask. Click OK. It's added here. Click next, choose multicast, and then edit the port and give it port 80. Click OK, and as you can see here, it's added. End configuration change, and the status has been changed to converged. Now going to add server Z2 to the cluster. Click on add host to cluster. Give it the IP address and click connect. Click next, added here with the same port. I will not going to change anything. Click finish and wait for the status to be changed. As you can see here, it's converged. Now let's test how network load balancing is working, which each client will going to connect to different servers. As you can see here, we are in client 1 and it's connected to server Z, as you can see here. And if we're going to client 2, it will going to connect to server Z2, which network load balance load the traffic between clients, as you can see here. Another feature that network load balancing is give if we turn off or if any servers fail, both clients will going to connect to the server that is running now. As you can see here, client 1 is already connecting with server Z, and client 2 now will going to connect to server Z, which server Z2 is down, as you can see here. Now let's configure the fault tolerance for MySQL database, which is the second layer, and test how it's working. To configure failover of MySQL database, I will going to use two virtual machines and the domain controller, and now it will be considered as a shared storage. An error shows that there is a warning invalidating IP configuration, and this will not allow you to create a cluster. As you can see here, an error is occurred while creating the cluster. To solve this problem, you have to give the default gateway IP address for both server Z and server Z2. Then you have to recreate the cluster, and it will show here. As you can see, the both cluster disk is up. I just rename it in order to know the SQL disk, and also the nodes, both nodes up. And now click on configure role, choose generic service, choose MySQL, give it a name, choose the SQL disk, and click next. And it is. Now let's test how the failover is working. As you can see here, MySQL is running on server Z, and also if we go into server Z2, you will see that MySQL is running on server Z as well. And if we turn off server Z, as it become down, MySQL will going to be run on server Z2. Click refresh to see the owner node. Click refresh again, which it takes some time. As you can see now, it's running on server Z2. Now let's see the test of network load balancing for application layer, which we already saw the configuration for the web layer IIS, and it's almost same. As you can see here, it's connected to server Z. Refresh to be sure, and yes, it is. And this one is a client 1, as you can see above. And if we're going to server a client 2, it will going to be connected to server Z2, with network load balancing is working fine. Let's refresh it to be sure, and yes, it's working. Another feature which is to say if server Z2 go down, both clients will going to connect to server Z, and here it is. Now let's configure the database availability group for Exchange 2016. In order to configure database availability group in Exchange 2016, go to the Server Manager Tools, Active Directory, and Users and Computer. Choose Administrators, right-click its Properties, and choose Member tab. Click on add, write exchange, then check names, and then choose exchange trusted subsystem. Click OK and apply and OK. Now let's create a shared folder in the C drive and call it witness. Then right click on properties, share, and choose everyone, add, and give the everyone read and write permission. Then click on share. Also, you have to turn off the firewall in these three tabs. And now let's log into the server B. Let's check if we can see the witness folder or not. And as you can see here, we can see it from server B. Now go to the Exchange servers, servers tabs, database, and create a database in server B. Call database 1, click on browse, choose server B, and automatically the path will be by default here. Click save, and as you can see, it's created here. Going to server C, log in, refresh it in order to see database that we created in server B. Click on add, create database 3 here, and click browse, choose server C, and click save. As you can see, we can see both databases here. Now in server B, also you can see both databases. Go to database availability group and write DAG1 and choose witness server A and add the IP address. Then click on manage database availability group, add or remove members, choose both servers, click on add, OK, and save. Saving completed successfully, close, and the DAG is linked with both servers. Go to database, choose database 1, add database copy, and browse server C. We will copy it in server C, click OK, and save. Saving completed successfully, click OK. Now go to database 3 and same add database copy, browse server B, OK, save. Saving completed successfully. Now let's shut down server C in order to see if the database will going to be available. Now as you can see here, database 1 is active on server B and database 3 is active on server C. And after we shut down or fail the server C now, database 3 will going to be available on server B. Just refresh it, which it will take many time. Click refresh. And now as you can see, it's active on server B, which we already shut down the server C. Also another test, if we turn off the server C as a fail in server C, and you will still see that database 3 is active on server B after the refresh, as you can see here, and it's working. Now let's do the network load balancing test for the application layer, which we already know the configuration. In order to test if the network load balancing is work or not, I have two clients, and now I am on client 1, and each client will going to connect to different server. Client 1 is connected, as you can see here, to server B, and if we're going to go to client 2, it will going to connect to another server, which is server C. And let's check now. As you can see, it's connected to server C. Another feature for network load balancing is that if one of servers go down, for example server C, For the client, we're going to connect it to the server B, the server that are running, and here client 2, we're going to connect again to server B. I faced some difficulty which there were no enough resources for B2evolution in order to refer to it. Also, the failover need too many servers which made the work slower. Another thing is that linking the database with PHP was not working, and then I solved the problem. And finally, there are some roles and features affect each other which interrupt the work. Here is my reflection about the project, what the lesson that I learned and the future outlook. And thank you.